this is a long Langstroth hive. It is essentially, instead of where a regular hive you have boxes stacked on top, this is boxes stacked side by side. Take one of these follower boards and you can limit where the hive is. This has 3 entrances, and in this case it would limit them to just here. You put these, this goes on top so they can't come up, and they're just basically locked in to wherever that follower board goes. And then they have smaller ones, so as you expand you continue to block off and block off and block off, and that's how it works. So instead of having boxes stack up, you just have one long box. And in this case, the gentleman put this worm farm that he had the bees climb into, stuck it in there. So they've been in there for a while, but they haven't migrated over. So what we're going to do today is cut them out of here and put them on frames.
Just making a little platform.
This will just be a little work platform.
Love this hive that you built.
I'll make another one if you want one.
I love it. So cool.
Yeah, when I was looking at doing something, I looked at the other type and I thought, well, I kind of like the way this one looks compared to the other style.
And
Yeah,
if you don't like lifting big heavy boxes,
yes, exactly. That's what they
because once you get a few frames of
Yeah.
honey built in a box, that box weighs 50,
Right.
60 pounds.
And that's what I'd read is, you know, people like just moving the frame out,
Yeah,
and then changing it out.
I think we're gonna pull this off, make them all angry, and flip it over. I think that'd be the best way.
Flip the lid over.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm wondering if I should wear gloves or not. They're gonna probably tear, yeah, I'm gonna put gloves on. They're probably gonna tear my hands up.
Alright.
At least initially. Give them just a taste. Just to keep them honest.
I will.
They'll let me know.
Hey.
Oh,
So
yeah.
far.
He says they're nice.
So you go move them.
Well, they're right here.
You poke them in the eye.
So
He built this. We've set up some of these frames with rubber bands. So what we're gonna do is cut the frames from there, or cut the comb from there, put it in here, and there should be another rubber band.
Oh, sure.
Nope. And the rubber bands, we'll keep them in so we can put them in there.
Okay.
And now we're gonna get moving. Let's see if we can make some friends.
Yes, friends, not enemies.
Friends, here to help with the government.
at least as cool as it is, they should all be home.
There's a couple little
They're
girls
probably-
flying
they're
around,
Probably not happy to be moved.
but not many.
Fly up in the face. Ladies, we're here to help.
So what's your plan?
Flip this over. Luckily, most of them stayed on the bottom.
Do you need a hand?
There's a fair amount of bees in there.
Yeah, more than I thought.
You're queenie, 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 queenie.
Is this yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
Brought my readers.
That's what I got. Our eaters on.
I have some if you need them, Neil. You want some?
Now I'll just try to make them. Thank you for offering. Well,
Very stripy.
The comb is fairly dry. Over that. Come here, baby. Come here.
You got her?
I don't know. Did I get her?
You trying to get the queen?
Yeah. I spotted her. I don't think she's in. I don't see her in here. Yeah, she's in here. I got her.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Got her. She is right in there. See that one right there?
Yep.
Things like this we can't frame.
We'll keep that piece and show the kids.
Yeah.
So they may not be that happy.
So you don't? Do you have a lot of brood, or do you have more honey?
There's like no brood.
Mm.
At least I haven't found any brood. It looks like it's mostly honey. So it's there. But it's oddly shaped. Because
Yeah.
these bees are.
Yeah, it's very brittle.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
It just made this hard to manage.
What would you guess as far as the length of time they've been in here?
April is when I found them.
It's just a honey frame more than anything.
Yeah, you want to tell us what you're doing? Trying to flatten it?
Yeah, to where it can, you want it as flat as you can so they can use that as a guide. Because if you give them crooked comb, then they're likely going to build more crooked comb.
Cross comb. But
Likely that's going to fall off because it's full of stores.
yeah. It's gonna be hard. Here's a nice little bit of honey if you'd like it.
I'd ate a piece of that last piece you got on it.
Nope.
So the honey is capped with wax, and then the brood is capped with more like a paper.
Yeah, it looks very similar to this, but you see how that's more translucent?
Yeah.
The brood will have, you won't be able to see through it. It just looks flat.
Okay.
It's a little bit lighter.
And the brood is the young ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. They'll lay an egg. The queen will lay an egg. In the first 24 hours, the egg will be standing on end. Then it lays down. And about 3 days later, it turns to larva. And then it goes through all its stages. And once it gets big enough, then they'll cap it. And what, eight days later is it? After it caps it?
Sorry, it's been too long.
Yeah, I know. the bee time.
It's been longer than 8 days. Can't remember. And then they start chewing out.
Yeah.
And it's really cool when you're doing an inspection and you can watch the birthday. You can watch the little bees chewing their way out.
I'm putting the queen. This frame where we have this queen just to keep track of what she is. This isn't so much that they have brood or anything, it's just so they have the honey. They work so hard to store.
But
Now,
still,
do they have enough honey to last the rest of the winter?
Probably not. They're gonna have to rebuild and forage some more.
because whatever we give them, they're going to have to repair. And so they use that honey to create wax to then make their repair.
Which is why I brought you the wax foundation stuff, just so they have less to actually make and they could just build.
That's really cool.
Perfect.
Ladies.
It is just a jumbled mess.
Good amount of bees.
I see honey, but that's it.
I think about 1,000.
Oh, probably more.
for a minute there. It looked like they were moving that piece of wax.
The worm farm with the remainder of the stuff we couldn't frame up, we're going to put as far away from here as possible so we don't draw any other bees to come over here and start robbing from this little hive.
They don't have that much.
Because they don't have that much and they
in
don't need to
store.
be dealing with robbing. One sting. So, come close so you can get this. There's nothing here. That just prevents that from getting closed off or getting any action in there. We're closing off the entrances to this whole section. We have this, which covers the actual hive, which is right here. We have the queen on this frame, which is the second frame in. And hopefully these guys will do well. This blocks, everything's blocked off. There's a follower board right there that stops it off from moving around. There's just a little bit of a gap that's gonna deal with.
Smash another one.
And we're set. This is their one way in and out, and they have all their food. We're gonna move that further to the other end of the property as far as
I can move it all the way back
as far
to
as we
the
can
fence
get it.
if you want.
we have a
They'll
bunch of
find it.
Oh yes.
trash comb we don't need, and I'd say we're good. And you have a bee on your face.
No.